Say hello, everybody. This is Charlene Burke with Grow Because You Know. That's www.growbecauseyouknow.com. Welcome to Morning Mindset Cafe, where we are discussing, does your morning routine set you up for success? Actually, that's a good closed answer question, isn't it? Yes or no? Maybe I should phrase it differently and just say, how does your morning routine set you up for success? Actually, the reason I asked it is because so many, including me, for many years, didn't understand, weren't told, didn't see what setting myself up for success meant each day. It's interesting as somebody in the comments section says, yes, having a plan is a good thing. Bye for now. Well, what I like about this program is that we go a little deeper than that. Little deeper. I'm talking about a routine, not just a plan. So there are times that I would get caught up in the hustle bustle, if you will, of a morning. Maybe I woke up too late and was going on autopilot, so I forgot to do some of the things that I had committed to doing each morning. What happens to the day when I do that? Doesn't go as well as I had hoped. I'm not going to call it a failure of a day, and I'm not going to call it a success of a day. I am going to say, though, that the day doesn't proceed as I had hoped. I am not the person that I want to be when I start my day like that. I feel disconnected. I'll feel muzzy-headed. I'll distracted. Sometimes I'll feel energized, but it's because I'm stressed, trying to keep up. There's that feeling of something's missing, but I've got to keep going because I started out late and I started in a rush, and I'm going to keep in a rush because if I don't, then I'm going to miss the next thing, and I don't want to miss the next thing because I missed the first thing, and when I miss the first thing, I always feel like I'm going to miss the next thing, so now I'm stressed, and that kind of energy, that frenetic energy. And then there's the I'm going to rely on my list, but I'm not going to trust the list because my routine was upset. The way I start my day was upset. So it really does have an impact on everything I do to a point. I'm also a believer that throughout the day, at any time, and I learned this many years ago, I can start my day over. I can reset. Not you. I can't reset you. I can't reset the circumstances. I can't reset the what's to be expected, right? When other people, places, and things, that's not it. But I can reset me. And if you're able to, find a spot and start your day over, then do it. And what does that look like? What was your morning routine like? What did you miss? Start over. After the shower. Whatever happens after the shower and getting dressed, do it wherever you are. All right, so things that are a part of my morning routine are prayer and meditation, reading something of value. It either helps me to grow mentally, or it's an emotional centering based on maybe something I decided in my prayer meditation. Sometimes it's guided by a statement or a reading, and I'll read further about that. So take care of those spiritual needs that way. Again, the emotional could very well be taken care of by connecting with somebody online. So that's prepping me. Then there are some things that I do in the morning directly related to my business. And they're setting up or checking in on current marketing efforts. You must be marketing every day. Writing, creating content of some sort. I say writing because I create a lot of written content. Sometimes it's outlining slides for a presentation or a workshop. Sometimes it's refining an article, something like that. Then I listen to something in at least 30 minutes. Okay, now the reading is at least 30 minutes, but honestly, I can go hours on reading. Reading is not an issue. But listening to something, so maybe a podcast or an audio recording of somebody like me, right, here in Blab, go to their YouTube channel and listen to them talk about how they succeeded, how they overcame something, how they approached a new market, maybe how they approached a business problem or relationship problem, something, but it's honestly, it's more that audio is more related to business. So a podcast, there's tons of podcasts out there. There's also some live radio programs. So there are a lot of choices out there, and I've got a few that I've selected and I'm working my way through. That sets me up in a mindset of being successful today. Sets me up. Doesn't mean that it guarantees I'm going to be successful today. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to sway from any of it. But I got to tell you, the day runs more smoothly when I do the things that are part of my routine. In the beginning, it's difficult to get a new routine because it's habit. And when we're starting new habits, it takes effort. It takes, we have to start at the beginning, right? We have to make the decision of what it is we want out of those habits. Why are we doing them? Why is it important that we do them? And I had to get those answers from other people because I didn't come up with this routine all by myself. It was, well, what do? You who are successful, you who just sold your third business, you who are running a business location independent. That was the name of virtual businesses before we called them virtual businesses, because we don't need to be in a specific, we're not brick and mortars, right? So what is it that you do? I mean, these are years ago when I was coming across these people. What is it that you do in the morning, right? Well, actually, what is it that you do? And then they tell me, and there are a lot of consistent things in the morning that they were doing. And pretty much I just outlined the general bullet points of what they do. And then I made the decision, well, as with all things, if I want what you have, then I'm going to have to do the things that you did to get there. So I made that decision. And then over the years, I've not changed it by much, not changed my routine by much. But then I put it into place and I made a conscious effort. And turning something into a habit requires that you make a conscious effort. Make the decision that this is now going to be the way you want to think, the way you want to act, the way you want to feel. Make that decision and now do the actions. And eventually the actions become habit. Then there comes the time when the habit is a routine and we forget to do it because it was so routine, we're not paying attention to it. We're no longer mindful of what we're doing. So we're not doing things with purpose, right? So I call this, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, I'll call this the human condition. My experience is that if something becomes such a habit that it is second nature, especially when it is ingrained in my morning. It has its good and its bad. The good is that it's going to happen. It just, muscle memory. Brain is a muscle. That sort of thing goes into effect. The bad is that I don't always get what I used to get out of that morning routine because suddenly I want something more. Yeah, I do that. So we have that aspect of it. And then my experience has been that when the morning routine is disrupted, man, it's just not good. And when it is ignored for an extended period of time, you can really see the difference. I can. My attitude just goes south. I'm saying south like it's a bad thing. South as in down. Because where I am, south is down. I want it to go up. I want the attitude to be up. And things just get out of whack, right? So those are examples of my morning routine. And when they're in place and I actually do them, I experience success. It's in my business, because in my business as well as in my life. Now I say that because when I'm mindful of doing it, when I'm paying attention while I'm doing it, it works to set me up for a good day. I'm able to handle things that come through the day most of the time. There's other things that are directly related to my business that are a part of the morning routine. When I do them, the revenue comes in. So I welcome anybody into the open seat. Let's talk about whatever morning routine you have as it's setting you up for success. You think you might be missing something that those in the room can help you fill a gap with an idea or a resource. Would love to meet you, love to say hi. Coffee, meditation, walk with the dog. Mine will soon be shaken up. Can you believe I'm a little excited? I'm a little excited that I'm getting a manual reel, R-E-E-L, lawnmower today. My intention is to add it to my morning routine. Mow part of the lawn. So if coffee, meditation, and walking the dog, does that work for you? If you're open for suggestions, in what way are you looking for suggestions? What kind of suggestions? What do you mean you don't always do it all? Betsy, are your internet connection, is it good? Can you come on? Meditation makes a big difference. It does. Yeah, why don't you try? Because I'm not sure what you're asking, and it'd be helpful for the others in the room to know what you're asking. So, I mean, we're happy to give suggestions, but if they make sense. Anybody else want to jump in? Feel free. See if we can get Betsy in here, because I know we've had issues with connections before. But you're a trooper. Keep trying. You have a ghost, and I don't hear you.
I know. So now
okay,
I have
I
a different
see you.
headset. Can you hear me?
Oh, I see you, and I hear you. Cool
No,
beans.
can't hear
Good
me.
morning.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Yeah. Oh, you
Woohoo!
do?
And we have it on record now. We don't know how
Yeah.
long this is going to last, but while we have you, this is
OMG,
awesome.
OMG. I know.
Mhm.
So I like you were talking about the the habits, and I think, well, for me, the challenge is in starting a new one and doing it so that it sticks, right? Like, when I do it, yeah, I really feel a difference, and I know that I'm setting myself up for the day. And
Mhm.
you
Oh yeah, I
I'll
know.
wake up and I'll just start right in with like, what do I got to do? What do I, where my list, and some days, So that's, yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, if you're a entrepreneur and it's not like, oh, you've got to be at work at, 9 o'clock. I mean, what you got to do to get there. But so,
So I
yeah, I'm
think
just,
that number
I'm
one,
always
one thing that I
open
have
to,
found solace in
what will work
is,
for me. I don't know.
is that, yes,
Yeah.
and I find great comfort in knowing that just by doing the action
Solace.
sometimes is all that's required of me. That whether I feel the effects immediately or not, I will eventually, kind of thing. It's like, it's almost like insurance, right? I'm putting in my daily deposit into the savings insurance bank of
Yeah.
heart and mental capacity,
Mm.
so that when things go awry, it's my action is more of a response, and I'm not as likely to fly off the handle and lose control, and I am more likely to get grounded or back on track more quickly. Okay, so having said that, at night, oftentimes I have seen
Yeah.
that many times
Yeah.
my night routine helps with my morning. And so I said all of that beginning to say that at night, I review the day. I make my checklist in my head. Has to do with personal things I've been working on as well as business. Yes, yes, yes. No. Okay. It goes into lists for tomorrow. And then I'm able to compartmentalize and just, boop, okay, you go over here. So I can do that. But when I'm excited, when my mind is racing, when I am caught up in something, and I say this because this happened last night, right? The possibilities. I got caught up in some possibilities. And it's not bad. This particular type of, for me, of evening wasn't bad, but it disrupted my sleep. And so this morning when I went through the motions, I didn't feel that grounded, I'm ready, I'm strong kind of, no. But I went through the motions. So I'm not feeling scattered and muzzied and all that. And I think that makes a difference, is that even if we go through the motions and we are aren't quite feeling it, it helps. That's one thing. Oh, yeah, kind of, but not really. I mean, we're still putting it into action. And I think
Like
that's the key on all of this. As I'm talking about it, I think that's the key.
No, I mean,
it's just action.
Yeah. Right.
And then,
yeah.
Well, now I'm going to ask you this, though.
Yeah.
Because even though that all sounds really good,
going,
and
no, I agree.
Suffer from the human condition of sometimes I don't do any of it.
Yeah.
So when I don't, and I do wake up, even though I've done all the right things, meaning I've done the actions, and I still wake up hitting the ground running because I'm behind, or something inspired me or motivated me in my dream or whatever. And I completely didn't even do the morning routine, didn't even try to do the act, completely forgot about them. right? This is something that'll happen to me when I'm traveling, that sometimes I'll completely forget about the morning routine, and yet that's when it's even more important for me. So now I'm going to go to the standby, which is that I can start my day over at any time. And I'm wondering if you've ever done that. If you've ever pulled yourself away, gotten a cup of coffee, sat quietly in some meditation, walk the dog, and then start the day over. I wonder if you've ever done that.
Yeah, I actually have. I've and I've been practicing being more mindful of when I, get going, and then all of a sudden I need a break, and then I realize, I never really started off, my day as I know it works better, getting caught up in the to-do list or whatever it is. So, yeah, I have done that, and it definitely right. It doesn't mean like, oh no, I missed my routine, I'm all off, and whatever. I think it's like, morning mindset. It's being mindful in every moment of what we're thinking and how it affects how we're feeling is really the key that I have been learning and have been utilizing that, in everything that we do, because our thoughts are not facts, and when they run us and allow us to get into that funky feeling. I
love that. Yes, we can change our thoughts.
I don't really want to think about that right now. Like, let me go color, or let me, I mean,
I read it, but even better, I can go turn on some AC/DC or Aerosmith.
Right.
Trust me, I'm ready.
You've read all that stuff, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life, and all that stuff. And
I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah.
Back in the saddle again.
Oh yeah, that's
exactly.
My power song. Whatever. Yay, my kind of music. Woo. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Whatever's going to shift the mood. Mine is Born to Be Wild.
I love my motorcycle. Love my bike.
Yeah, I used to dream about motorcycles a lot.
Oh, good. It used to surprise.
Oh, did
it surprises a lot of people, and I don't understand why.
That doesn't surprise me.
Thank you.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, you let's see, how do I say this? You present yourself very well, and you are very
I'm an engineer.
Well, you've talked about this. You definitely have like that methodical sort of, that capacity for the organizing. Yeah, engineer. There you go. So I don't have to say any more, right? Yeah, you're an engineer. Hello.
Oh,
so
goodness,
that's it. So and but yeah, I mean, everybody has kind of different sides.
Unless we're in a race. I used to race go-karts and race trucks on dirt.
It's what's on the inside that counts.
Then it really does count. Then
and
the outside
really
does count. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, you have to pay attention to the outside too. But the thing is, it's like even, just
always
with
a work in
everything,
progress.
This is what I'm learning. I'm on this, journey as we are, called the human condition, right? So, it's, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. But I do believe that, routines and habits can support us in what we're up to.
So I'm wondering, I'm going to throw this out at you. Can you give us some ideas?
There's all that other stuff that interferes
how do we
and
find
flows into our day.
morning routines that actually work?
Mm-hmm. I would say it, some of it is trial and error, like with anything. But I will say, and this is my yoga teacher, try meditation for 10 minutes a day. You will change your life. And, you hear it and you try it here and there and you say, oh, I can't quiet my mind, But it's not really about quieting your mind. But I do believe that meditation, just taking the time to just sit, even if it's 5 minutes, and you get, thoughts will come in, but you just kind of, sometimes like an idea or something will come to you, go, yeah, that, I know that's what I get to do today. But I think, just practicing something but always quieting at some point, I think, supports. And I believe that exercise, gets the endorphins flowing. I think that walking or yoga, whatever it is, I think that in the morning that's better. I mean, for me, it works better. I know some people work out at night because they have different, work routines, but it's more stimulating, I think, at night, for exercising. That's just my thoughts on it. But whatever works, whatever works. But I do think, getting the endorphins flowing, getting the mind. Oftentimes I'll be walking the dog. I mean, this is for me. And all of a sudden that idea or whatever it is will just, oh my gosh, like I'll run home
my
and write it down.
as you're talking about, those are
But that's,
great
I guess,
stuff.
for me
Thank
when
you.
my juices get flowing.
What I
in the
am
morning.
intending to do is I have a lawnmower that's supposed to arrive today. It's the manual push mower, right? No gas. That means, and I did this on purpose, even though we used to have, we had somebody else take care of our lawn for all these years, and he can't. He's physically ill and will probably pass. And so I came up with this quite a few years ago, and actually my husband was very adamant that he takes care of. That's his territory, which means he hired somebody to do it. Anyway, so I just told him, I said, this is what I'm going to do. What are your plans for the lawn care? And he says, I don't have any. I said, this is what I'm going to do. And the idea in my mind is that I'll be taking this lawnmower and I can do it at any time of day or night and it won't disturb anybody. So it's up to me on my routine I want to do. But I'm thinking, do it early morning, have my, I don't have an iPod, I know, but have my MP3 player with me in my ears, and that will cover my up to 30 minutes of listening to an audio of some sort that I already do anyway. So let's add some walking to it. And then I figure me, who needs to have a reason to be doing something, so there should be an end result. I do. I don't do. Yeah. Well, they're all right. No, there needs to. All right. Here's. This is the honest truth. There has to be a reason for me to be doing something.
No should. Don't should on yourself.
What's in it for me,
right?
Well, what's in it for you? So I'm thinking that. And again, this is based
there's
on
always
years and years of trying to work out in a gym. It doesn't work for me. It is one of the worst experiences ever. I put myself through it for months and months. And no, thank you. Anyway, so what will happen is that I will be able to look out my window, see a nicely mowed lawn, feel better because physically I'm moving more than what I am now, and I get my up to 30-minute audio in. How's that for productivity and efficiency? I'm thinking it's a win-win-win all the way around.
Yeah, that's a win-win.
Yeah.
It is. I like it. See, you have to figure out what's going to work for you. What works for me might not work for you.
Yes.
But generally speaking,
and I know I need that.
Exercise,
it's been a struggle trying to figure
definitely
out
support everyone's
what's going
life
to work. I mean, I went. That's it. Not me.
And finding joy. You don't want to be miserable like the gym. Like who wants to do that?
I'm telling you, I had a personal trainer. Strength
enjoy
training was great. It was awesome,
even
but
though
it's
it's
still
something you quote should do. But
going. When I got there, the reason that I would be able to push through some of the exercises was because I was really pissed about being there. And how's that for starting your day? I mean, that's how I would start the day. I am really angry about being here. I don't want to be here.
Anger.
Well, I used it. Yeah, it was. I used it.
See, now that's funny how that can drive you,
I did not,
like
because I didn't feel good when I left, right?
That's adrenaline.
It's like, God,
that's adrenaline.
I'm supposed to feel good after this. I just never did.
Yeah.
So that's how I figured out that wasn't going to work.
So who needs that?
So we'll see.
Right. Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. So
How else can we
I know, right? Trial and error. There you go.
add
Trial
something
and error,
to a morning routine?
right?
You had it. Well, not even
yeah.
that. I'm going to say you had a statement earlier of up for suggestions, but it was I wasn't sure what you were up for suggestions about.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just saying, if anybody else has a routine,
Right.
or something that they do in the morning that, especially, I guess, maybe for business. So even though for me it's all like interconnected, because I live my passion. My business is my passion. The only thing missing is the money. So right now, so I'm working on that part. But yeah, if anybody, like you or anybody for business, I'm always kind of looking for either the list or not the list, the intention or the priorities, or how to, my organizational.
Well, I can give you some like conceptual
things,
things.
and I'm looking into some
instead of the physical.
about that.
These are the things that I am committed to doing
I do
every day.
Yeah, yeah.
One of them is that I will check on my current marketing effort. So any ads that are running, if there's paid advertising happening, I check on those to see if they're working. I check in with my ads manager to see if she has recommendations for something different to happen. I market every day. I utilize my VA to auto post announcements of upcoming events. So every morning, every evening, and every morning mindset is sent out as a reminder to those on social media. Let's see, today is Wednesday, so that means that at the top of the hour, I'm going to close it down a little early because we have our weekly networking meeting, and have a great presenter today, by the way. So that gets out, that's marketing. Any other programs that I'm involved in that had already set up the marketing plan, so I'm checking in to make sure it's being done. But also, I have to be conscious of I need to be doing something that is related to revenue generation. So who am I going to call? Who am I going to email? Who am I going to follow up with? Who am I going to move through the process, the cycle? Need to prospect, right? I need to have the intention of going out and saying, these are the 5, I can tell you exactly what I do. These are the 5 people I'm going to connect with on purpose today because they are on my list that I have identified them as they will have a positive impact on my business. Now, it could be because there could be a referral partner. It could be that they're a direct collaboration partner. It could be that they're a customer. But the intent, and sometimes I'm able to identify that ahead of time. But honestly, sometimes it really is. I know that this person will have a positive impact on my business. I'm just not sure what the capacity is. So I'm going to contact them and I'm going to have a conversation. Those are intentional, and those are some of the details, but the commitment is I'm going to market every day. I'm going to connect with somebody who can buy my stuff every day. I'm going to follow up with those who have expressed interest in buying my stuff every day. So those are like the overall commitments. And then the details, some of which I just shared with you. I have these 5, I have my list. I actually have a list of thousands, and break it down to something that's manageable. So I have the overall commitment. And then what I broke it down to is 5.
The details is what's important.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, 5. Sometimes I get on a roll and more happens. Other times it's I get stuck at 3 because dang, number 3 was awesome. Things start cooking at number 3. Okay, well, and I've had this happen where I've called somebody, an old connection, just to say hey. And because that's part of the commitment and the routine, right? They already know me, so it's not a sales call, which, trust me, would I wouldn't be doing it. So I reframed it, and I'm just catching up. How you doing? Well, Charlene, I've been seeing it. You've been doing a lot of this stuff lately. Yes, I have. And suddenly, can you give me a proposal? This is what I'm looking for. And we turn it into a longer conversation for more information because, again, proposals are basically contracts. And let's talk. What is it that's going on? What do you think you need? You know, all of that stuff. Well, yeah, that does look like something that I'm going to be able to help you with, and so on and so forth. So, again, it's the stuff that is directly related to building my business and revenue generation. Because you got to sell stuff, right?
Yes. Yes. But without like selling. I mean, like in the sense of, like you mentioned connection, and that, you know, that's because I've, you know what I'm up to with, you know, my game and trying to, you know, like sell, but I've been really looking at it as building relationships and making connections, and like people are asking me like, how's it going? And how's it going with the game? And it's like, I'm building relationships, I'm planting seeds, I'm making connections, you know, something's going to bloom, but right now, you know, I get to focus on
a direct sale. I mean, this is, it's time to buy, people. This is, you know, I do. So when that happens, you can convert.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, it is. Yeah. And I'm ready, and I've been doing it. I have other things I'm up to, so I don't know if you know that. I mean, I teach an adult, you know, workshop, and online and in person. So that's kind of like my thing that I do. And then the game, you know, got created by me, and here it is, boom, you know, behind me, you can see all the boxes. But so I have it on my website, and I'm really focused more, I think, on Amazon because I have it on there, and it's free shipping on Amazon Prime. And I've realized, like, even though I will, quote, you know, make less per game, you know, they order them in, you know, so many at a time, you know. So I am looking at avenues and, you know, creating the stream.
What do you mean pick up
to at least pay back the investment this year? Like if I just do that, I mean, that would be like awesome, you know.
Right.
So
yeah, well, the game sitting behind you, that to me is money.
You know, the cost to, like, I didn't have it sitting in the bank, you know, to create all the games, but you know, it is money sitting behind me, and I need to move them. But I'm still, I guess you know, I had a ahead of time plan, and I've shifted gears a little bit, and I've realized, like,
so those are all things, though, that you would be checking on in my mind.
Tour with
that
a game
would be
night,
part of my morning routine. Is that so? How's this going? How's that going? Do I need a little more effort here? You know,
right?
Because those are the details of what you're doing, but it still falls under the commitment of marketing. Revenue generating activity.
Absolutely.
Good morning, Nelson. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good. I want to know more about Betsy's game.
Oh, well,
hi, Nelson.
Quickly, Betsy, this is about morning mindset. You can, where's your website? Throw your website down there.
Put it in the,
I know. I just,
yeah, she's a doula, so it's an awesome.
I'll write it down. Yeah, it's down the canal.com.
And
I will put it in the
go ahead.
Box.
Put your link in the chat so Nelson can go learn more about here.
And I'll write it. I'm putting it in there.
Okay.
So you were talking about
I'm gonna do that.
routines.
Yep.
I'm sitting here
doing
going through about 80 to 100 cards that I picked up at a recent mining show here in Toronto, Canada, and I had a client in the mining sector in the last year, and now I'm sending out emails with some of the work that I've done for them, saying, hey, I did this in the same sector, prospecting, and sending them an email saying, if you would like to get some of this too, here I am.
So again, there is the commitment to market, to sell, to build the business.
Selling is everything.
It comes into, you don't have a business if you're not making sales. But that's part of the routine, right?
Mm-hmm. Selling's everything. If you don't sell, you got nothing.
Right. Right. So
Bottom
you must
line.
be doing something every day to set yourself up for success. Sometimes it's you got to set yourself up on the personal side so
Well,
that you're
yeah.
ready for what happens through the day in business, and then what you set yourself up to do
Yes.
for the business. Fabulous. Love it.
Right.
Love it. So what else do you do, Nelson? Anything else you'd like to share with us?
Sure, I'm a PR expert. I'm in Toronto, Canada, and I do corporate PR. Companies hire
Absolutely.
me to get their message out and get it to the media and get media exposure for them on radio, television, print, B2B, B2C, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's what I do.
Interesting.
So I'm out there pitching the media on all kinds of different subjects matters, both in Canada
Awesome.
and the U.S.
Yeah. Awesome.
What are all those boxes you got behind you, Betsy?
Nice. Those are all my games that I get to sell. I need you, but I probably can't afford you. So, but I will one day. I'm working on it. I have, like I said, I have all my angles. Like Charlene said, every morning.
She'll be
and,
back. She has to
I
refresh.
figure out what to focus
You've
on.
got an
but,
audio problem
Getting
there,
support with that. So, ooh, what happened to Charlene?
Okay, we can try it again. Can you hear
But
me now?
I
She went bye-bye.
Can you hear me
Yes,
now?
I know.
Yep.
Okay.
yes.
So let's get back on
This
track.
is the first
What
time
do
I
you do,
don't
Nelson,
have an audio
in the
problem,
morning
unless you're-
routine
I don't know.
to set
there you
yourself
are.
up for
Yay.
success?
Yeah.
So I come downstairs and I read
Yep.
3 newspapers at my door from about 6 to 7:30, and then I come down here and I just go through my list of what I got to do, and I just start doing it.
There's a routine, and it sets you up for the day, right?
Yeah, except when I get on Blab, and that that sort of. But I was.
Well, now some will say that I added Blab to my morning routine.
But
Yeah.
I was sitting here listening to you for the last half an hour, but I was working away. While I was doing it, I had the screen down, but I was typing and doing stuff.
See, I find it hard to work while I'm listening. So I'll actually, because my mind is really audio, I guess, because from being a musician. So I really listen to everything. And so when I'm trying to write or work on stuff and I have somebody talking, I'm going to really be paying attention. And it's hard for me to kind of do both at the same time.
Yeah.
Because a lot of what I'm doing is content creation. So if I'm writing something, it's hard for me to listen to somebody else. But I do put her on every morning because Charlene is awesome, and this mindset show does
I'll send
help
your
a lot.
$5 tomorrow. I'm very similar,
I
though.
was
That's why I'm thinking that I could have a 30-minute audio or up to 30
Only
minutes
5? No.
while I'm mowing the lawn.
You won't be able to hear it.
How can I not hear it?
Yeah, she has earbuds. She can
I
hear
tried-
it.
Yeah.
And she doesn't
Why
have
wouldn't I hear
she
it?
has a
I don't know.
mechanical mode.
I
I don't
tried it.
have,
I tried it once. It didn't work.
Well, if you have a good.
but it'll work for
Yeah.
me. Why wouldn't
Okay.
it work for me? My lawnmower doesn't have a motor on it.
Oh, all right.
It's
Oh.
a manual
Well,
lawnmower, so
I
I
would
don't
say
have to
try it.
turn the volume up so high that I bust what little
Yeah.
hearing I
You
have.
got
Yeah.
grass. You
Yeah.
got grass mowing already.
Mhm.
You got grass
Yeah.
mowing already where you are.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
It's been
Yeah.
beautiful here. So
Yeah,
Whereabouts are
exactly.
you?
all right,
Exactly.
I'm in the Midwest near Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, we live in Florida.
So-
yeah.
We've got. I don't have enough freckles for Florida.
Oh, you're in the Midwest. Why did I think you're in Florida? Oh, that's right.
No,
So,
we don't get into lawn mowing until late April, early May here.
Okay. So, Will, what kind of routine do you have in the morning that's different? Because I'm
So-
hearing all three of us so far have very different
Yeah.
routines, and yet it's working,
Yeah.
right? So I'm thinking if you add yours in, those who are joining us this morning will have some ideas, maybe.
So what I do in the morning is I do a quick meditation to sort of let go of all the baggage from my weird dreams. And but no, really, I do some meditation, and I find peace and clarity for the day. And then from there, I will read what's called my definite chief aim. And so I'll read it out loud, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and what I'm doing in exchange for the value or the money that I want, and so I think that routine of connecting to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it gives me the energy and motivation to do like these things on the list that I may not want to do, but the fact is I understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And then I look at what is the most efficient thing to do next to get me moving closer towards that goal, and sometimes you can strategize this out for the whole week beforehand, or like if you're like Nelson, you already know the steps that you need to do to get you where you want to go, but I think it's important to really connect to why I'm doing it and why it's important to me, whether it's just whether you want the money or because you like the impact that you're making in the world, or a combination of both, which it is for me. It's like, I know it's going to give me money and it's going to help me to improve people's lives, and so one of the reasons I jumped on here is because it's because of what Betsy said about sales, and I was like, well she had a problem. It sounded like, with being salesy, right? And I heard that, and I'm like, well, you got to start to like it, because that is where the money comes from.
Well,
but I think if you connect to why the value that you're providing, then and why it's important to people that they get what you have to offer, and how you're actually doing them a service by selling them this that thing that you have, then it'll be a lot easier for you.
Betsy, are you coming over to the morning meeting at the top of the hour?
Yeah.
More important things are calling you. Got it.
I've meditated, but have not walked the dog yet. And he's been coming in and out of this room, like waiting for me. So I don't know.
I'm finishing out. Hold on. I only threw that out there because I don't sell from the platform here. So there's something that, workshop that's coming up that you need to know about that starts tomorrow. But let me close out the recording because it does end early today. Because at the top of the hour, I have the weekly professional networking meeting that includes a presentation. That's always something interesting from a fellow professional. And then we have Q&A with that presenter, and we have introductions around the room, so to speak. So it's networking, but more importantly, it's learning something new from a fellow professional, and then developing our networks and increasing our levels of connections with people. So I want to thank everybody who's joined me in the live stream. Thank you those in the comment section for adding to today's Morning Mindset. Thank you for those watching the recording. I appreciate that you've taken the time to stick with us for the morning. My name is Charlene Burke, and I'm with Grow Because You Know. That's www.growbecauseyouknow.com. Let's move forward with the day on purpose, with purpose, to grow our hearts, grow our minds, and grow our businesses. Until next time, have a great day.